have a problem here. 2/3 taking 3/4 times. So I have my thirds here. I'll get 2/3 out. 1/3, 2/3. How can I take these 2/3 3/4 time? That means that I'll need to break each of these thirds into 4 equal pieces. How do I do that? Let's see this time around if we can figure that on paper. What is a multiple of 3 that is also a multiple of 4? 12. We'll write out 12. The common multiple of 3 and 4. So let's take our multiplicand, 2/3. 2/3. What are we going to do to 3 to make it 12? We are going to multiply it. We are going to multiply this 3 by 4. If we do that, we have 12. 3 times 4, 12. Whatever we do to the denominator, we do the same thing to the numerator. So multiply the numerator by 4 as well. So that equals 2 times 4, 8. 8 twelves. Now our multiplier is saying we have 8 twelves here, 2/3. We have made our 2/3 to become 8 twelves. So we're going to have 8 twelves here. Eight twelves. Our multiplier is telling me that I have to take these 8 twelves, break the 8 twelves into 4 equal groups. That means I'm taking this. Two 12. I want to break it into 4 equal groups. So this is another 2, 12, 2 12s, 2 12s. Now I've broken my 8 12s into 4 equal groups. And from the numerator, I know that I have to take 3 of these groups. So 1, 2, 3. Taking 3 of these groups. So, and what is that? 2 12 plus 2 12 plus 2 12 will give me 6 12s. So our final answer is 6 12s. So 2/3 times 3/4 giving me 6 12s. Let's do another example. This problem says 1/7 times 4/9. I have my sevens here. This is my 1/7. I have to break this 1/7 into 9 pieces. So if I do that, what am I going to get? Let's see. I have 1/7. I want to break that into 9 equal pieces. So divide it by 9. Whatever I do to the denominator, I do the same thing to the numerator. Nine. So what does that give me? 7 times 9, 63. 1 times 9, 9. So now I have 9 63rds. So a multiplier is telling me that I have to have 9 groups of these 63rds. Okay. One group of 63rd. Two group. Three. Four. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. So now I have to take 4 groups out of this 9 63rds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is my answer? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 63rds. So that's my answer. I have another example. Suppose I write 2/5 2/5. I multiply that by 3/6. what's the first thing I do? The denominator or the multiplier tells me that I need to break each of the fifths into 6 equal pieces. How can we do that? We know what our denominator will be. If we do that, what is it going to be? It's going to be 30. So to be 30. I have 2/5. What would I do to my 5 to make it 30? I'll multiply it by 6. I will do the same thing to my numerator, multiply it by 6. So my numerator will become 12. So now I have 12 30. Now, what we do, again I have to divide. Let's break this into 12. Tells me I have to divide this into groups of 6. So let's do that. If I do that, what will I 12 30 into groups of 6? That will give me 2. 30 plus 2. Yeah. Plus 2. Plus 2. Plus 2. So now I have my groups of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 more. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So according to my denominator, I've been able to divide this or group this into groups of 6. So after that group, my numerator is telling me how many I'm supposed to take out of the group. I'm supposed to take 3 or that. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. And what does that give me? That is 6/30. Now we can reduce that further. That will give us 2/15. Sorry, it's supposed to be 3/15. So it's 3/15. And if we reduce this 3/15, we're going to have 1/5. There's another way we can do this work. 2/5 times 3/6. 2/5 times 3/6. We can reduce this multiplier further. We look at the fractions and see if there is any one we can reduce further. We see it right away here that we can reduce this 3/6 further. And if we do that, what are we going to have? We are going to have 2/5 multiply that, this becomes half. Remember your equivalent fractions, this becomes half. So now our multiplier is telling me that I will need to break these fifths into two pieces. So what do I do? If I do that, what am I going to get? I'm going to have tenths. So I have 2/5 here. Tenth. What should I do to my 5 to make it 10? I multiply this by 2. And remember, I do the same thing to the numerator. Multiply my numerator by 2 as well. So 2 times 5 equals 10. 2 times 2, 4. So I have 4 tenths. So now I have 4 tenths. Now the multiplier is telling me that I need to make 2 groups out of my 4 tenths. So I'll go ahead and do that. That will be 2 tenths plus 2 tenths. And the numerator tells me how many out of the groups I'm supposed to take. So to take just one group, so I'll take 1. So now my answer is 2 tenths. I can reduce that further to become 1/5. So this is another way of solving the same problem. And do it this way or this way, we end up with the same answer of 1/5. And again, we see that we started with 2/5, multiply that by 3/6, or 2/5 to multiply that by 1/2, and we are ending up with a smaller number of 1/5. And that makes sense, because I told you before that anytime we multiply by a fraction, we are taking that number, just a part of it, a part of it. So we always end up with a smaller number than the number we started with.